When most people think of microbes, they think of pathogens, which cause diseases like salmonella, typhoid, and staph infections. However, humans also play host to trillions of symbiotic microbes that aren't pathogenic and actually help keep you alive. Collectively, these are known as the microbiome. The human microbiome is the community of microbes that live throughout the human body. Over 99% of these microbes are bacteria, and the average adult male has 38 trillion of them. These bacteria are just as important for the body's many functions as human cells. Without the microbiome, we'd have health issues like severe allergies and trouble digesting food. Researchers have even linked imbalances in the microbiome with conditions like multiple sclerosis, autism, dementia, inflammatory bowel disease, and cancer. You could think about it like a city. Much like how a city can't function without its doctors, firefighters, and teachers, our body has a hard time functioning without the right types of bacteria. The mere presence of the microbiome guards against infections by outcompeting pathogenic organisms. Other members of the microbiome play more active roles that scientists are only now beginning to understand. For example, one bacteria, B. fragilis, is particularly important for your digestive system's health. Without this bacteria, you would develop severe autoimmune disorders that also increase the risk of cancer. Here's how. Your body produces T cells, which can differentiate into many different helpful cells. Let's take a closer look at two of these types. Cytotoxic T cells are the soldiers of the immune system. They kill cancerous, damaged, and infected cells by producing cytotoxins. Even though they play a key role in fighting viral diseases, left unchecked, they can cause fatal autoimmune disorders. That's why regulatory T cells exist, to balance the soldiers and keep them in check. They release cytokines, which are small proteins that can signal and inhibit cytotoxic T cell action. But in your digestive system, there usually aren't enough regulatory T cells to maintain balance. This causes chronic intestinal inflammation, which can eventually lead to cancer. Thankfully, B. fragilis comes into play and helps bolster the regulatory response. It produces a compound called polysaccharide A, which dendritic cells pick up, process, and load onto MHC class II compounds. These compounds act like envelopes that present the PSA signals to undifferentiated T cells, launching a chain reaction called signal transduction. This process transforms the undifferentiated T cells into regulatory T cells, which can then hold back the cytotoxic ones. B. fragilis is just one of the thousands of different species in the human microbiome. Each of these species interacts with the body in hundreds of unique ways, so small changes have big repercussions. This opens up the possibility of microbiome treatments for currently incurable diseases. These bacteria, though microscopic, have endless possibilities.